Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our keynote speaker, the team leader of the European Union Cybersecurity Project, Mr. Besnik LIMAJ.
Thank you, Natalia.
Hello, Besnik.
To see you.
So this time, welcome in Moldova. You tried many times to come to Moldova. This time you are more than welcome in Moldova to the Moldova Cyber Week 2020.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Besnik LIMAJ, and I'm the team leader of the EU-funded Cybersecurity East project. This project covers and supports the 6 EAP partner countries, including the beautiful Republic of Moldova. Salut Moldova, salut Chișinău. I'm actually very honored and very humbled to participate in this event, and our EU-funded project is also a very proud co-organizer of this conference. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank Natalia Spino for inviting us to do so, and her excellent team for organizing such a great event. On the other hand, I would also like to thank an excellent lineup of top speakers and trainers from all around the world. We really have some great minds in this conference and from the cyber ecosystem. Big thank you goes also to every single one of you for participating and contributing to this event. This will be a great opportunity for us all to learn more about the various cybersecurity topics. And just before I introduce you with our EU-funded project, let me just try to set up a scene on the theme of cybersecurity from the EU policy perspective. We are in 2020. It is 13 years after the cyber attacks targeting Estonia and 7 years after the Snowden revelations of 2013. COVID has brought this unprecedented pace of digitalization, which also shed light about the risks that we are facing. We have seen how dependent we are on the digital technology communications, which has basically kept society and economy going during this lockdown period. People were struggling in order to find the right balance between the telework and also managing their kids. At the same time, they were also struggling to make sure that they can shop online, but on the other hand, businesses were struggling to survive. But luckily, COVID did not become actually a cybersecurity crisis. We have seen some attacks here and there against the health establishments, but overall, things have sort of stayed under the control. They didn't get out of the hands. Let's do a short assessment. Where do we stand at the EU level? When we look at the EU cybersecurity policy landscape and the framework that has been put in place, there are two key pillars in which it stands: the NIS Directive and the Cybersecurity Act, and they are both quite young, as they were mentioned previously by the ambassador as well, if I may say. The NIS Directive came into effect in August 2016. Deadline for adoption was May 2018, and just in September 2019, all the member states notified the full transposition. And the Cybersecurity Act was just enacted last year in June 2019. So in a nutshell, we can say that this policy landscape and the two regulated pillars in which it stands, they are relatively new, for example, in comparison with ENISA that is 15 years old. So this directive was actually the first piece of cybersecurity legislation in Europe, which is driving security of OSs and what are they, operators of essential services, and DSPs, digital service providers. And on the other hand, Cybersecurity Act that was also mentioned before is a multi-layered regulation that in one hand addresses the updated ENISA permanent mandate, which is a fantastic news, and on the other, it lays out the EU cybersecurity certification framework. So what is happening lately in EU with regard to cybersecurity? European Commission has announced its intention that by the end of this year to anticipate the review of the NIS Directive as the baseline legislation. European Commission will be also presenting an updated cybersecurity strategy as well, which is a fantastic news. And ENISA was also quite busy in working on cybersecurity certification schemes for products, services, and processes. A few weeks ago, ENISA just published actually the 8th threat landscape report, identifying and evaluating the top cyber threats for the period January 2019, April 2020. Threat landscape maps malware standing strong as actually #1 cyber threat in the EU, with an increase in phishing, identity theft, and ransomware. I will repeat, phishing, identity theft, and ransomware, which is very crucial because this really brings an urgent need for a trusted European digital identity that can be attached to individuals, businesses, or to machines. The last point that I would like to mention is the 5G. It was mentioned previously by previous speakers as well. which is also an unprecedented exercise in collaboration of member states supported by the Commission and the NISA in the area, which is very sensitive and fundamental for an internal market, but also very much relevant to the national security as well. So after this scene setting on the EU policy landscape, let's talk a bit about our EU-funded project and how we can help the Republic of Moldova and all the EAP partner countries. Brace yourself. So, in a nutshell, this is our project. Shortly, it's called Cybersecurity East. Project is funded by the European Union. It has a budget of 3.1 million euros. It was launched in January 2020, and it will last for 36 months. Partner countries are all the 6 EAP countries in here. The team of key experts is consisted of myself as the team leader. We have key expert 2, F. Martin, and key expert 3, Andy Humphreys. But this is not all. We have a fantastic pool of short-term experts from all around the world, and we will give our best to enhance capacities in all these 6 EAP countries in here. The consortium that is implementing this project is led by the GFA consulting group from Germany. Partners of consortium are IGA, Detecon, Consulting Action Diplomacy, but also very crucial supporter of this project is also the BSI, which is the German designated national competent authority. This is fantastic news that we have BSI with us as well. So what are the 3 main components of the project? First component is related to the NIST directive. The second component is related to these operators of essential services. And the third component is the more technical one that is related to enhancing capacities of national or government service in the 6 EAP countries in here. So more specifically, first component, we will be helping 6 EAP countries in approximation of their legislation with the EU NIST directive. This component also tackles part that is related to the public and private partnership as well, and also cyber hygiene and cyber awareness. So there will be plenty of interesting workshops and trainings with this regard in this component that we have planned. The second component, as I mentioned, is related to the OSs or operators of essential services. So we will be helping the partner countries in identifying these operators of essential services in line with the EU NIST directive, and also developing technical and organizational measures and developing these notification and information sharing frameworks. The third component, I mentioned it before, it is more technical one and more practical. So we will be helping in enhancing capacities to these national, all the government certs of these 6 EAP countries. Also, very crucial part of this one is enhancing regional cooperation between these national or the government certs and also international cooperation as well with other European or the worldwide certs in here. The main contacts that we have with this regard to this third component from the 6 EAP countries are listed in here, and we are really proud to have Natalia Spinu as a counterpart from the government cert of Moldova in our project as well. The methodology that we are going to use, we're not going to reinvent the wheel. We will be basing our projects based on ENISA, lots of ENISA reports and manuals and standard operating procedures, NIST directive, lots of workshops, conferences, online trainings, instruction manuals, study tools, but most importantly, we will be doing quite a lot of cybersecurity exercises, whether they are like national, regional, or international ones. And when we say and mention these cybersecurity exercises, they will be whether they are like role-playing exercises or technical ones in here. This was, for example, from the previous year from the previous project that we were doing, and you can see below Natalia and Arthur also that were doing this role-playing exercise. Arthur was at that time from the cybercrime unit in Moldova. There will be plenty of technical cybersecurity exercises as well. This was from the previous project in Vannes, which is like a Silicon Valley of France. And we also participated in at that time also in the ITU drill, and we are happy that they are also co-organizers of this event in Budva, Montenegro. Plenty of cybersecurity technical exercises. This was previously organized as well for the Wireshark in Prague. Another one in Turin for the open source intelligence. We have planned plenty of these ones in our project as well. Lots of these like different blocks for the CSIRT exercises and trainings. plenty of these advanced training activities like CISSP training in ISO 27001, study visit to Estonia. We have also planned for within our project as well, and we are looking forward, and hopefully COVID will go away. So we will try to organize it most probably next year or latest a year after in Estonia as well. Previously, we have facilitated a transit training, which is an obligatory training for the CSIRTs, and this was done in Prague. And this training is conducted by the GEANT. We have re-established contact with GEANT, and we will be facilitating again a transit training through GEANT as well. And they are done with ENISA materials. I have to emphasize once again that all the time we are working and trying to promote a lot of ENISA materials in here. Previously, in the previous project, we facilitated a meeting which is very crucial for the CSIRTs to meet other EU CSIRTs that are in Europe. We facilitated the meeting of the transit introducer in Rome, and we will be trying to do the same next year or a year after, hopefully, when the COVID goes off. Also, previously, we facilitated, and we will be doing the same. First, have a visit to ENISA premises as non-EU member states. And next week, we have a meeting actually with ENISA. We will be discussing this part of the study visit as well to ENISA premises in Athens. Different countries, different needs. We have also space in here that we will try to facilitate sometimes some tailor-made activities for specific countries based on the specific needs. Lots of international cooperation with many of these main stakeholders, if I may say, that are all around the world and in EU in cybersecurity. Currently, as I mentioned, we have facilitated also lots of these ad hoc interventions. And I have to mention that we also have a Cyber East project that is our sister project that is implemented by the Council of Europe, and together with Cyber East, and actually this project is led by Georgi Yokhadze, fantastic team leader of the project, and together we co-organized workshops for the 60 AP countries on development of standard operating procedures for the cooperation between the CSIRTs and law enforcement. Lots of these workshops online presence that was already in there. So this is the current status. We finished this training for 4 countries. The other 2 countries will be done in the next period. Topics: common taxonomy, index handling, flow of information, criminal intelligence, evidence collection, yes, damage mitigation as well. There's a mention common taxonomy that actually helps in development of useful statistics and share information within the entire cyber ecosystem in here. We discussed flow of information across the CSIRT, law enforcement, and judiciary, segregation of duties between these different stakeholders in here, and also roles of CSIRT, law enforcement, and judiciary in different phases of criminal investigation in here. We discussed in these workshops also incident handling processes, and during this period also we had a request from Georgia, an ad hoc intervention, because they were going through this election process. So we organized these activities that are related to the election cybersecurity, webinar on election cybersecurity in Georgia, strategic tabletop exercise, and also there was a technical top exercise that was organized by our sister project in cybercrime. We have also in plan cyber hygiene workshop to be conducted soon, social engineering workshop to be conducted soon, and we are really proud, as I mentioned before, to be co-organizers of this Moldova Cyber Week, and we are supporting this fantastic conference with workshop and speakers and trainers as well. When I come to this one, save these dates. We will be having 2 fantastic trainings from Adli Wahid from Australia, and also the one Mihai Dantis from Romania. So mark these days, Thursday and also Friday. The timing is Moldova timing in here. Incident response and threat hunting, threat hunt training, and also cyber risk management in the information age training. Challenges that we faced. I mean, this year was a really roller coaster year with lots of ups and downs. And this coronavirus crisis is really testing on our online security resilience worldwide in here. We had to adapt and move from face-to-face trainings that we were conducting before to online training workshops. This is really challenging. It's not the same specifically when you do these technical exercises. And we are dealing also with multi-country, multi-beneficiary institutions, and this brings institutional complexity, requires dialogue with multiple counterparts in each country in here. And sometimes some counterparts, they tend to have the ownership only for them with regard to the project and the cybersecurity in the country itself in here. So, I mean, the last slide is cybersecurity is the shared responsibility, and cybersecurity is one of the issues that is actually going to drive the future. And I think that the challenge that with all these ambitious policies that I mentioned previously is to translate them into something very concrete to the average EAP citizen, something simple but which gets the job done. And remember, every solution is people, processes, and technologies. And we shouldn't forget the people in this process side, and they are really very important factor in here. Just to close with, through our EU-funded project, our consortium members, team of fantastic experts that we will be providing, we will bring communities from all the 6 EAP countries together, making sure that we have a wide variety of stakeholders, so that people can really represent their different points of views in these groups in here. We will be exchanging information and experience. And here I think that it is very crucial and important that we have learned quite a lot of lessons from the previous project that we have implemented in this field. Our job is really to bring excellent team of experts together in the right configuration to solve these very specific problems. Our target is to reach people like the national cybersecurity agencies or national or government CERS, and we rely on this multiplier effect. My hope, obviously, is that we can really generate a level of conversation throughout the different communities that will gradually fill down right into the people's household. Thank you all for listening, and let me also thank you for your participation. I wish you all the best for the rest of the conference. Natalia, thanks a lot once again, and back to you.
Dear Besnik, thank you so much for a lovely presentation, and also being a co-organizer of this event and being with us, bringing great experts, and we are looking forward to enjoy their webinars. But also, as you mentioned, it's so important, the human element. So you see, we don't give up. Even we have all these challenges, we are here. And as I said, I would love to stay after this presentation, interesting to discuss with you and to have a cup of coffee with other experts also, and to discuss what's next, what's our projects. And I'm really looking forward to enjoy and to build the cyber resilience in Moldova and in the region. Dear Besnik, thank you very much, and stay with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thank you.